Hello geometry students. Last time we learned about a sine, law of sine and cosine, and today we're going to apply those formulas here in area of triangle also to solve our section 9.7's extra practice problem that is on page number 276. Alright, from Big Idea Math. Alright, so let's start. Sine, what we have to do, we have to use a calculator to find the trigonometric ratio. We have to round the answer to the 4 decimal places. Alright, so it's very simple. 1 to 3 is very simple. Just type in sine 225 degrees. Make sure your calculator is in degree mode. So this will be giving you, when you round your answer, it's going to be the answer is going to be negative 0.7071. That's your answer. It's equal to the rounded to the nearest fourth place. Now if you do the second one, cosine of 111 degrees, when you plug it in your calculator, your answer is going to be negative 0.3584. That's the answer for the second. And when you do the third one, when you plug it in, tangent of 96 degrees, your answer is going to be negative 9.5144, rounded to the 4 decimal places. All right, I hope doing these 1 to 3 is not hard. So let's move to question number 4 and 5. Exercise 4 and 5, what you have to do, you have to find the area of a triangle and then you have to round to the nearest tenth. Here its answer should be nearest tenth. So I have shown you the area formula here on top so that you can recall it. If you just one form, you can have different area formulas depending on which two sides you choose. So here we have chosen B and C, these two sides, and then this angle is being chosen in order to write down the formula. So that's half BC sine of A. So we can pick any two sides and included angle between them. So in that case, area is what? I see I have been given two sides, this one, and an angle between them is this one. So I'll be using this angle. So this is what? Half 14 times 9 times, keep in mind that's sine of the included angle, so sine of 79 degrees. And what you have to do, you have to plug it in. You can simply, in your calculator, you can type in 14 times 9 times sine 79 degree divided by 2. 1/2 means it's divided by 2. And when you do the nearest tenth, your answer is going to be 61.8 unit square. So, or you can say square unit. That's your answer. All right, same way, if I have to do the second question, what you need to use, you just need to use two sides. So here this side is given this side, so I'm going to take this included angle here for the area. So area is what? Half, that's 22 times 19 time, keep in mind that's sine of angle 24, included angle, not any other. And here up to you, if you love to do cross cancellation, or you just want to plug it in your calculator directly, that will be 22 times 19 times sine 24 divided by 2, or you can cross cancel it if you want. That will be like this, and when you get your answer, that's going to be 85.0 something, so round it to the nearest tenth, that's 85.0 square units. All right, I hope you get it. So let's move to question number 6 through 8. What you have to do for 6 through 8, you have to solve the triangle. So solving the triangle means find all angles inside. Find all angles and sides. So if it is missing, you just find it, and what you have to do, round to the nearest tenth. And in order to do that, here what we have to do, we need to use the law of sine and cosine. So in that case, if your if your angle A is here, so A divided by if your side is here A, then it is A over sine A. And if your B is here, side B is here, so that over sine B. All right, if your side C is here, then that over sine C. So you can remember the formula like that. So you always side and opposite angle goes on bottom, or you can do opposite angle over side. So let's do the same thing. So I know that this goes with here, this is opposite to this side, and then I know that this angle is opposite to this 50 degree is opposite to this side. All right, this 50 is opposite to this side. So we have to use so one thing, let's start looking what's the thing given more. Here it's, you see that angles are given more, so only the first thing is I have to find how much is this, and finding this is not hard. You can use triangle sum theorem, and you have to do, the sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So basically you get measurement of angle C is what, from 180 you have to take out the sum of 50 and 30. So you just add 50 plus 30, and 50 plus 30 is what, that is again 80. 180 minus 80 is 100 degrees. So our one answer is here, that's C. So we have all the angles now. Only the thing, we have to find the remaining two sides. So how to find the remaining two sides? So when your angles are given and sides are supposed to be fine, so when all three angles are there and just one side is there, better to use sine. So in order to find our rest of the sides where I don't have A and C, so we are going to use law of sine. It's given on right hand side. We're just using the angle and the opposite side over there. If we apply that, in that case it is going to be if I just take this 22 and this angle, so 22 over sine 30 is equal to A over sine 50. I can use that, A over sine 50. All right, and I can, that's my law of sine here, I can cross multiply, and when I cross multiply I am going to get A sine 30. A sine 30 is 22 sine 50. All right, and these are in degrees. So, and once I just divide both sides by sine 30, I get A is 22 sine 50 over sine 30. And after this, it's all about using the calculator. When you round it to the nearest tenth, your answer is going to be 43.3. And now I got my A. Only the thing I have to find out now, C. In order to find C, we can use the again the law of sine. I just need two angles and the side. So I could use the same logic. I can do 22 over sine 30. I use that, and then 22 over sine 30 this angle, then I can pick this over this angle. So C over sine, and C we already found out, that's 100 from here. So again cross multiply, C sine 30 is what, 22 sine 100. All right, and what is C? C is what, 22 sine 100 over sine 30. In your calculator, just type 22 times sine 100 divided by sine 30. When you do it, your answer is going to be 33.7. Make sure it should be in degree mode. If it is not, then it's going to be a lot of trouble. So there is another way. I'm showing you how you can do the same calculation for C, this thing, how it can be done. For that, this part, or keep in mind I'm showing you an alternative way. Here I use law of sine. We used law of sine, but you can still use law of cosine if you want to use that to find C. So there could be different ways. If you want to find C square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab cosine of C. Just plug it in. A are what? A means this A we already find out, 43.3 square. B is what? Our B is 22 square minus 2, 43.3, 22. Cosine of C is cosine of 30. Cosine of, oh, in that case, because we are finding C, so that's going to be cosine of 100. All right. And just when you just plug it in your calculator, and you find finally your C should be 33.7 unit. Up to you. There could be several ways to do this problem. You can start with any angle, and you can decide between law of sine or law of cosine, whichever is applicable. If both is, you pick any, and otherwise you can pick the one you want is available to do. So now we have next problem number 7, which is where you see more of the sides are given and less angles are given. So better to, in that case, you're supposed to better to use law of cosine later on if you don't get your answer. So first I'm going to use law of sine. So I know this is given and this angle is here, and this, then next part, this side is given but this angle is not. So I can still find, I can use the law of sine here. So 25 over sine A is equal to what? 16 over sine B. I can use that. Cross multiply. What do you get? 16 sine A is equal to 25 sine B. And then you divide both sides by sine 25. So you get sine B equal to 16 sine A. I switch the side same time, that is 25. You got here this answer, and A is what? I'm just plugging it, that's 82 degrees. Alright, that's already have it, so we better to substitute. And when we solve it, you are going to get, that's going to be equal to 0.6338 to the fourth place. I just better to take it fourth place so that it's accurate value. Now use the inverse trigonometric ratio, because we need to find angle B inverse of 0.6338, and when you do it, your answer is going to be 39.3 degrees. All right, so you got your 39.3. so this you got, that's 39.3. Now finding this is not hard, because now you can use the triangle sum theorem and you get C. So measurement of angle C is what? From 180 you subtract the sum of remaining 282 plus 39.3, and that's going to be roughly equal to 58.7, because it's the rounded value, previous one. So that's going to be this. So we are done with, because we're solving the triangle, we need to get all the sides and angles. Only one side is missing right now, and that side here is going to be this one. We have to find this is how much. So let's solve that. How to get it? Let me change the color. Yes. So in order to get this, I know this angle opposite to this one, I can use the law of cosine. Now I'm going to use this. So I can say C square is what? A square plus B square minus 2AB cosine of C. Let's plug it in. For this, A and B are this is A and this is B. So A is 25 square plus 16 square minus 2, 25, 16 cosine of, and then I am talking about this angle, included angle. And that angle we already find out, it's this one, 58.7. So 58.7. Alright, so now you get it. So this is going to be, when you solve it, so your C, in this case, you simplify everything, and C is going to be 21.6. When you enter the expression in your calculator, finally your answer is going to be this. Alright. So I'm moving to the very last problem of this lesson. That's question number 8. Alright, question number 8. Alright, let's see. I have to solve the triangle. So in this is a different question where I don't have any of the angles given. So it means only the angles are supposed to be find out here. So let's start with that. So if the angles are, we need to find. So for that we can use all law of cosines. We're going to use that. All right. So if I can say this is opposite to this one, so I can use that. So I can write my expression 3 square is what? Then it is the sum of the squares of these two. 7 square plus 5 square minus 2, 7 times 5 times, or to make it 7, let's take in the same order, 5 times cosine of this angle, cosine of C. That's not given. So how to do it? So simplify it. When I simplify it, both sides, I would be getting, you multiply 2 times 5 is 10, 70C, and you're getting, this is 9, this is what? 49 plus 25 minus 70 cosine C. What you have to do? Add 70 cosine C on both sides and subtract 9 from both sides. You get 70 cosine C is what? 49 plus 25 minus 9. Alright, so when you get this thing, after that your cosine, divide and simplify the right hand side. So this is going to be cosine C, 70 cosine C is what? 49 minus 9, or you can do any style, that's going to be 65 here. Cosine C divide by 70 on both sides, 65 over 70, and when you simplify you get 0.9286. Up to 4th place, get better to have a better answer, accurate one. So you now take the inverse ratio. Measurement of angle C is cosine, inverse of cosine is 0.9286, and when you solve it you get 21.8 degrees. That's measurement of angle C. Alright, same way I have to keep on using the same formula, same style, and if I do it that way, so I'm going to get my next answer. So let me erase it and show you the other one. So we got this one. So now for next one, if I'm choosing this side, this is 7 square, this angle is opposite, so these are going to be the one included for this included angle. So I could write my next thing is as 7 square is 3 square plus 5 square minus 2 times 3 times 5 times cosine of P. Alright, and let's simplify it. When you simplify it, you get what? You're basically getting, this is going to be 49 is 9 plus 25, and this is 2 times 5 is 10, 30 cosine b. At 30 cosine b, I'm just switching the sides, up to you. That makes it easier for me. And subtract 49 from both sides. I get 30 cosine b. That's going to be 15. I'm just writing directly the answer here by simplifying. When you subtract 9, then what's going to happen? It's you divide both sides by 30. So cosine of b is 50 over 13. In that case, 50 over 30, and that's going to be 0.5, and you have to find your b. In that case, your b is going to be there is some problem. Let me see. If I just, yes, 30 and I just 49, so that's going to be negative 15 here. Sorry, that's negative 15. This is negative here, so that's turning negative. All right, so our measurement of angle B is what? Cosine of inverse cosine, negative 0.5, and that's the answer is going to be 120 degree. That's for measurement of angle B. All right. What if I have to find the measurement of now I have to find the measurement of another angle? So there could be different ways you can do it, up to you, whichever you want to do it. So a smart way would be